Good morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions. Thank you again for our time together. Tonight is Wow God at Main Campus. We'll look forward to seeing you. And please make sure that you get everything done ahead. Get your life rearranged for next Wednesday night, all day Thursday, all day Friday, all day Saturday. The Great Light Conference is our huge annual leadership training conference here at COP. Please make sure you're a part. Right now, I want us to come back to the book of 2 Peter chapter 1. Peter teaches us three incredible truths about recognizing real false prophets. He said, but there are also false prophets among the people, just as there will be false prophets among you. They will secretly introduce destructive heresies, even denying the sovereign Lord who bought them, bringing swift destruction on themselves. Many will follow their shameful ways that will bring the way of truth into disrepute. In their greed, these teachers will exploit you with stories they have made up. Now, I'll just stop there. I want you to notice what Peter says. First of all, there will be false teachers. There will be false preachers. There will be false prophets among us. That is a given. You know, we shouldn't get all spooky about it. We shouldn't get all weird about it. Just like if you have a dog, you have fleas. I mean, you know, dogs and fleas go together. If you have a dog, you know, you have to make sure that you keep fleas off of them and out of the house. I mean, it's a part of life. You don't get upset about it. You don't get freaked out about it. You just know, if I have dogs, I have to be careful about fleas. Well, as a church, we don't get mad about it. We don't get upset about it. We just recognize there will be false prophets, false teachers that come among every local church. Now, I want you to notice what he says about these people. He said, number one, they will secretly introduce false doctrines. They're not going to do it publicly. False doctrines are not introduced on a platform. False doctrines are introduced in secret. This is why we have to be very careful in the connect groups, what kind of teaching is taking place. False doctrines are never presented publicly, not until they're well established. False doctrines are always presented secretly. So as a pastor, as a leader, you have to be out in the homes of the people, because the false teachers don't do things at church. It's all happening out there. And the reason pastors don't know how to stop it and don't know what's going on is because they're not out there. They're just, you know, hanging out in preachers' conferences. I know we have a conference next week. He says, so they secretly introduce these destructive heresies. And then he said, many will follow their shameful ways. Now, introducing false doctrines is one thing, but they also introduce a wrong lifestyle. Now notice exactly what he says. Many will follow their shameful ways. They live a life that is shameful. Now again, how do they get this influence with the people? Because they're among the people. They're influencing the people. They're false teachers, false prophets. They're out there among the people. Again, I challenge all of our pastors and all of our Connect Group leaders that we need to be out there among the people, because these shameful ways are not learned in the auditorium. These shameful ways are not learned in the church services. These shameful ways are learned out there. These false teachers are moving among the people of God, secretly bringing in their false teaching and teaching the people their ways, teaching the people their lifestyle. But there's another thing they do. In their greed, these teachers exploit you with stories they've made up. So in addition to everything happening, you know, out there, the false teaching, the shameful lifestyle, they're also out there raising money. They're out there exploiting the people. They're out there in little group meetings. Oh, can you put together a little Bible study for me to come and speak? Oh, can you put together? And it's little meetings out there, 30, 40, 50, 60 people. And they're out there exploiting people, begging for money with stories that they make up. All of this is happening out there. Now, I would challenge Connect Group leaders, pastors, all leaders. I would challenge you. You can't just hang out at church. You got to be out there in the streets with the people. You got to be out there in the homes of the people. You got to be out there in the offices of the people, because that's where Satan's destruction is taking place. And that's where we can be communicating life. So as leaders, let's remember, shepherds smell like sheep. Shepherds don't hang out with shepherds. Shepherds hang out with the sheep. Let's be out with the sheep, because that's where the wolves are attacking.